sitting here with you, Alex?
Okay, well, good evening. Welcome to our class of 2023 Washington College Athletic Hall of Fame induction. Congratulations to all of our new, soon-to-be inductees. Congratulations. So for those of you who don't know me, which probably is very few in the room, my name is Thad Moore. I'm the Director of Athletics here at Washington College, and it's one of my favorite events throughout the year. So I have a couple of them. This is one of the most favorite ones, today and tomorrow, where we have so many alums coming back to Washington College to reminisce, have conversations, catch up with some old friends, and hopefully make some new ones. Tonight's no different. I look forward to this every year, and as I age, I start to remember all of you that are being inducted, sometimes in a different way. I was joking with someone, I was like, I got dirt on him, I got dirt on her, and so I won't share that tonight, but maybe afterwards we can have a little chat if you'd like to hear some stories about some of our new inductees. So, without further ado, what we're going to do is we're going to eat. So our caterers, ABI Johnny's going to call tables. We're going to eat, and then after I think everyone's kind of eaten, settled down a little bit, we'll start with the ceremonies with some words from our chair, our president, and then we'll induct our 5 new inductees. So without further ado, Johnny, can you call the tables, opening and closing over there. So how we're going to progress for the inductees, we're going to have you come up. When I call your name, come up, I'll read your citation. The chairman and I will take a picture, and then you'll give your speech. And we'll go back down. We'll go alphabetical. Before I invite our chair of the Hall of Fame Committee up to say a few words, I do want to do a few rounds of thanks. So those members of the Hall of Fame Committee, would you please stand up and receive a applause for all working together. Obviously, none of this would be possible. I think a couple of years ago, our VP of Advancement, Susie Chase, said we need to make this a great event. And she's dove forth into it. Her office and also Heidi Pierce, who's out in the hallway making sure everything's done. They go above and beyond to make sure that this event is as special as it is. So thank you guys. And then last but certainly not least, we have our ADI people here, our caterers here that do an amazing job to make sure that we want for nothing during this event. So thank you very much. So without further ado, it gives me, it's my tremendous honor to welcome George Buckless. I'll let him tell his class here, our chairman of the Hall of Fame Committee. George, please come here.
First of all, I question that you really done. But welcome tonight on behalf of the I get 17 members of our Hall of Fame Committee, two inductees, families, friends, coaches. It's a great night. It's a special evening to honor our inductees, and you have a special legacy. Looking back over the last 100 and probably 30 years, as far as the record shows, it's been a tremendous variation and degree of excellence of athletes that come through our school. I'll give you an idea. I had, and I know Al, had a chance to play baseball for Coach Kibler. He was the assistant coach, and Coach Aiken, who was the head coach at the time. Now, Coach Kibler, when he was here, and I was sharing this earlier, he coached every sport. If you're a man athlete and you played one sport, you played for Coach Kibler. He coached everything. Now, he was also the president of the Chestertown National Bank, and also the commissioner of the Eastern Shore Professional Baseball League. And I was, again, sharing this earlier, Salisbury had an unbelievable team this year, and it took them 1928, 38. But anyhow, they were like 26-2. Well, Kibler found out that they had used an ineligible player. He called them in and wiped out all their wins. Now all of a sudden, they're 0-28. And I mean, it was, well, but Kibler said, you know, you got rules. And if you don't abide by the rules, you shouldn't have them. So, and they came back, Salisbury came back to win the league at the end of the year, even being 28. But Kibler would not move. But he was hard as nails. Coach Aiken, who many of us knew, probably in my opinion, probably the most beloved coach that I've ever seen here. And just Coach was a friend of everybody. Coached everything that he was when he was the president of the lacrosse association, National Lacrosse Association. He coached in the lacrosse ball from the golf ball, but he was respected so much. And you're following the Kiblers and the Aikens. And I will say, give you a little bit of history. Sure, there's a lady by the name of Jean Harshall, Leicester, class of 1937. For all you women athletes today, and I'll talk about that a little bit, but back in 1937, she was the only female who played for 2 years on the men's tennis team. She was a Pennsylvania junior champion, and she was the best in era for women's hockey and basketball at school also. But I mean, that was 1937. You know, maybe you'll find it a little bit more today, but you sure as heck didn't find that 90 years ago. And then the one I have to share is a little bit, I told this last year, but you know, all of you that played sports, you have your away games, or your away events and your home games, and you have to travel. Well, when I went in 1979, there was a fellow by the name of David Zierfels, class of 1895. Now, first of all, he was, got to understand, Washington College was playing baseball before the Civil War. So maybe it had something to do with it, I'm not sure. But he was a major league catcher from 1896 to 1905. Only problem is, there's never been any records that he attended the classes. I'm not really sure about that. But the great story I remember from that night was the away game they had at Hopkins. And so the ball club and the equipment had to be loaded on the stagecoaches from Chestertown. The stagecoaches took a day to get to Colchester. Then the next day they took the boat, or the ship, or whatever they took, over to Baltimore. And they stayed there. Then they went out to Hopkins by stagecoach the next day. They played a doubleheader, and then they just turned it right around. The stagecoaches went back to Baltimore. Ship hopefully got back to Colchester. And so your away trip, you know, we complained when there was 3 hours or 4 hours, you know, away trip. It took them 5 days for this away trip, you know. So, in all respect, probably was a good reason why he didn't play any classes or attend any classes. But the only thing I'd like to say in ending is that be aware that entrance into the Hall of Fame is tougher than ever before. Absolutely tougher than ever before. The number of athletes that we have. First of all, right now, we have 8 men's sports programs. We have 10 women's programs and 3 co-ed programs. And a lot of real great athletes. So if you're here now, you know, your accomplishments, and I know a lot of guys and gals played with or participated with people that are going in to the Hall of Fame, and you've all made what Washington College athletics are. So once again, congratulations. And the only thing I would suggest to you is get a habit of coming back. Get a habit of coming back for the alumni weekend, for the Hall of Fame dinner. It's really rewarding if you get the habit of getting back to this wonderful school and this wonderful town. Thank you.
Thank you, George. I'm beginning to wonder how many years I need to be here at this school and not have Salisbury mentioned. Every year at this event, I get reminded of where I went to school. So thank you again, George.
It wasn't Salisbury, it wasn't college, it was a profession.
Oh, okay. That makes me feel a lot better.
You didn't listen.
Because Salisbury would never cheat. So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce our president, Mike Sosolsky, who's been a tremendous addition to our college. If you haven't had a chance to meet him, he's such an avid supporter of athletics and refreshing. He really has bought into the student-athlete experience, and he's committed to it. And we have a lot of big changes and a great future under his leadership. So when I say that, without him actually being my boss and stuff like that, he actually has it. It is a breath of fresh air. His vision for Washington College and how good we can be and will be, I have no doubts we'll achieve. So, President Sosolsky.
Thanks, Dad. I really do appreciate that, and I am your boss. Just joking. Well, listen. Good evening, everybody. This is really one of the sparkling events of the year. This is now the 3rd opportunity that I have to address this group, and I do love athletics, and I love our college and our alumni, and it's just so great to see this all come together on festive nights like this. And it's really exciting to see so many friends of the college and our alumni and their families gathered here for an event like this. Events like this one are, when it's easiest for me to see what I think of as the larger college community. Not only faculty and staff and students, but alumni, donors, parents, and everybody who has a connection to and an investment in the success of this incredibly special institution and the students that it serves and has served for 241 years. As always, the Washington College Athletics Hall of Fame dinner is, as I mentioned a moment ago, such a highlight. Brings together all of you for an evening to honor a few special members of our community for their contributions to campus sports. But there's one difference this year, and I think it's really worth noting. We have combined tonight's celebration with the start of a newly reimagined and renamed Homecoming Weekend, which brings together events that were previously spread out throughout the entire fall semester. Things that were formerly known as Fall Family Weekend, and then on a different weekend, a formal dance for students, which is the wonderful name Shormal. Formal dance. But also alumni sports games and the famous Phi Delta Theta Crab Feast. So we've added some new options to this weekend as well, such as the Presidential Symposium that was held this afternoon, an academic event that I really feel strongly about. As you can tell by the name, I probably should. But it really is a wonderful way to highlight the tremendous work that our superb faculty do with students every single day. And it's not a dry academic symposium where professors get up there and sort of hold forth for an hour and everybody pinches themselves in the thigh. No, it's not like that. It's actually a really dynamic event, and I would love to have you come back to it next year and really enjoy it. This year's theme was the impact of artificial intelligence and machine learning on every aspect of the world that we're encountering now. And what's so great about this event is it highlights one of the things that we do so terrifically well as a college, which is we combine faculty and student research together. So you're seeing faculty together with their student mentees presenting on projects that they have prepared and in many cases are going to publish. So we're producing graduates who have already produced publishable research. It's just a great forum. Gives you a wonderful window into the terrific work that happens in classrooms and in offices every day on this campus. And I've been in a number of places. I can tell you we do this better than almost anyone. So that's all part of a really spectacular weekend that is only beginning, and I just hope that you all have a terrific time and enjoy every bit of it. The symposium that I just mentioned and this very dinner, they're both terrific illustrations of what Homecoming Weekend is really about for us. It's about engaging every single member of our larger college community in events and activities that celebrate the full breadth of what Washington College is and the positive impacts that we have on so many people. Part of that means fostering conversation about essential topics in our culture, as the faculty, students, and staff at the symposium did in wrestling with artificial intelligence and its implications. Part of it is just pure fun and camaraderie, as I hope many of you experience tonight, Saturday and Sunday, through social gatherings and sporting events, either as players or spectators, whatever. This should be a lot of fun, and I think it already is. And part of bringing people together, part of bringing together our community in a homecoming weekend is really about honoring the people who helped Washington College to become the special place that it is today. People like the alumni and the former coach being honored here tonight. We talk a lot about how our thinking about sports is fully grounded in Division III and its ethos, focused on the experience that our players have and the equal emphasis everyone places on both halves of their student-athlete identities. But the Athletics Hall of Fame is a valuable reminder of two other realities about the Washington College athletics program. First, it's a backbone of this campus community. We know this, it has been for a long time. 41% of the current student body participates in a varsity sport, and more are taking advantage of recreational opportunities than that. Many of the student leaders around campus are also athletes. It's really kind of amazing when you talk to them to see how many things they do and how well they do them. I'm kind of startled by that sometimes. Our student athletes and their teams also, as we know, have success on the field, on the courts, everywhere. Last year, the women's varsity 8 won the conference championship in rowing. Members of the swim team earned 6 individual medals at the conference level, and the track and skeet team earned national medals in one team and 2 individual events. So, I don't know, it seems like we are just lifting off in a lot of really important ways. Those successes are just the latest in years of competitions won, records set, and Washington College athletes, setting a tone that inspires the entire campus to strive and to achieve great things in all aspects of their lives. Our honorees tonight represent 5 different sports, 6 if you count Sarah's one season coaching lacrosse, as well as one. These athletes played over 18 years and they earned every kind of accolade along the way. Program records, some of which have been broken and some of them are still standing. All conference honors, championships, medals, MVP awards, and Player of the Year honors. It's a pretty decorated group we have with us tonight. Each of them achieved great success individually, but I am most impressed by that combined impact that they've had. John, Carl, Ryan, Jonathan, and Sarah. Together, you embody what makes Washington College athletics really great. The collective excellence seen in our programs, driven by individuals with remarkable dedication, amazing skill, and unparalleled ambition. You are all joined by those qualities we hope to nurture in every one of our students. And after tonight, you will be joined in another way as well. You will be members of the class of 2023 Athletics Hall of Fame. Congratulations, sincerely, to all of you. And thank you to everyone who joins us tonight to celebrate their achievement as we kick off this wonderful homecoming weekend. Thank you and enjoy the evening.
Let's go back to the tape. Go to the red tape. Go back to the red tape. So, before we officially get started, Pam, do you have a preference on which side we? Okay. All right. John Evans, class of 2004. John Evans left Washington College as one of the most decorated swimmers in program history. In his first season, Evans won 3 Centennial Conference gold medals with top finishes in the 200 and 400 individual medley, and a top finish in the 200-yard breaststroke that earned All-American honors. Evans continued his success throughout his time at Washington College, finishing his career with 6 Centennial gold medals and 2 silver medals. Evans also set program record times in the 200-yard breaststroke, now second, the 400-yard individual medley, now third, and a 1,000-yard freestyle, now fifth in school. Not only did Evans excel in the pool, but he also racked up accolades outside of the pool by earning Scholar All-American honors in 2001 and 2 Scholar All-American honorable mentions in 2002 and 2004. Evans was also awarded the 2004 Alfred Reddish Award by the Athletic Department. Washington College is proud to welcome John Evans into its Athletic Hall of Fame on this 6th day of October 2023.
Thank you very much. I'm incredibly honored to be welcomed in a hall thing like this. been amazing seeing all the old faces I haven't seen in so long, new faces I didn't expect to see, and even people I've never met before. Really something. I'm kind of overwhelmed here, if you can't tell. So is this... Okay. So I just want to start by thanking you, first of all, and say what an honor it is, but also that I still feel like a small fish in a very large pool of very qualified candidates, and I'm deeply honored. I'm humbled to be on this list with some of my former teammates, Brian, Stacy, Maggie, Pam, and our coach Kim. When I saw that Kim was inducted in 2006, only 2 years after I graduated, I got a little bit worried that I had driven her into retirement. So I'm very glad that you gave me the honor. I also want to make sure I thank all the people who made this possible for me. First of all, my parents who aren't here tonight, they're enjoying their golden years in Florida. A state I'll only ever associate with week-long torturous training trips. But it's still lovely to see. My parents footed the bill for my swimming growing up. They drove me to and from meets, usually before dawn, and often cheered their heads off during my races, even though I couldn't hear them when I was in the pool. I heard lots of stories about my mother hysterical screaming, "Go, sweetie!" People were worried she would fall over the railing sometimes. But I hear. Glad I didn't see it. But bless them, they also had to go to Buffalo with me twice a year. And in winter, it's not so nice. So they earned their Florida. I also want to thank all my teammates who pushed me at practice, who encouraged me at meets, and who commiserated with me in the dining hall after our workouts. And lastly, I want to thank my coaches, JP, Alan, and Kelly, getting up with me to do those morning practices at 6 a.m., holding me accountable if I wasn't pushing myself because I was a slacker, or just giving me feedback after my races so we get better. Couldn't do it without y'all either. And of course, Coach Kim. I remember when she called me to recruit me in 2000. I was in our basement in Westminster watching the Freaks and Geeks, when it was actually on TV on NBC. I was immediately drawn to Kim's clear enthusiasm for the sport and the team, and how I could contribute to that. And I could tell that she really loved and cared about her swimmers. At the time, I was taking a year off from swimming because I was a little burnt out my senior year of high school. And that conversation with Kim is what really got me excited about swimming again. And I really thank her for that so much. It means a lot to me. I feel especially honored to be receiving this distinction from her. And I thank you all for this once again.
Carl Parks, class of 06. Simply put it, Carl is one of the best skippers Washington College sailing has ever had. A two-time All-Mesa skipper and three-time team MVP, Carl was part of the group that took Washington College to a program high number 2 in national rankings. He finished with 21 top 5 finishes at dinghy regattas, 13 A Division skipper finishes, second most in program history, and 4 first-place divisional finishes. Carl was the first sailor in school history to win a single-handed regatta. Carl also was a recipient of the 2006 Thomas Redder Spedden Award. Washington College is proud to welcome Carl Parks into the Athletic Hall of Fame on this 6th day of October, 2006.
All right, well, thanks everyone for being here, and really appreciate this, my recommendation of being in the Athletic Hall of Fame. I can't say how proud I am to be here. This was a great journey, and sailing and Washington College has been a huge part of my life. And you know, sailing is one of those few sports you can do your whole life. I started as a kid of 3, 4 years old sailing with my father, and going through the whole junior sailing program in New Jersey, and working with the coaches to get recruited to come to Washington College, and coming to Washington College was a big step forward in academics, but also with sailing. And I mean, this boathouse is truly amazing. When I came here in 2002, I remember getting dropped off first day of school and coming right down to the boathouse, and this was a small little facility, and I think we had 6 boats, and I came in and I spoke with the manager, John Wagner, and said, all right, we'll put you to work. And day one we were rolling our sleeves up and putting the boats together, and the team was building, and like I mentioned, we were in the top 10 of the U.S. rankings, which was super cool. But some of the things I learned from attending the school and being a part of the sailing team is sailing is something that is a two-season sport, right? So we sail in the fall and we sail in the spring, a little different than most athletics, but really builds a sense of camaraderie with the team and consistency, right? You know what you're doing every day, and it was something I could build with going forth in my life. With work and family, but with my sailing career going forward, because again, like I mentioned, sailing is something you can do your whole life. But, what I took from the school, I gave back, and one of the first jobs I had after sailing was I was a part of a sailing team where we were the coach and support team for a Paralympic endeavor for the single-handed Paralympics in the 08 Games. And I was the coach, and our sailor went and qualified for the Olympics, and he got a bronze medal.
Wow.
And it was the things that I took from the school and learned through the team, and like I said, the consistency and the routine, right? We're able to take that to the Olympics, and then that took me to my own foot forward in the Olympics as well. And I partnered with a local friend of mine, and we did a stint of Olympic sailing. So, going forth with what we love and learn from the school. And we were on the U.S. Olympic sailing team for 2 years. I didn't make it to the games, but we were part of that whole push of that London 2012 quadrant. So, moving forward, sailing more and more in my life, and with my good buddy Chad Hilliard, class of 05, we sailed together as well. Then I met my wife, and we took her on a sailing adventure as well. So sailing is one of those few things that we race and we compete and competition, but you can also travel, right? So it's a form of transportation. And we actually took a sabbatical from work, and we bought a sailboat. We sailed down to the Bahamas with a fellow Washington College alum, Brian Bailey, of class of 14, I want to say, as well. So Washington, who also sailed with Chad Hilliard. We were on a little Washington College alumni team, winning a few local championships and East Coast championships as well. And so again, keeping it local and traveling down to the Caribbean via sailing, right, brings you far places, and again, learning from your journeys. And now we come back, and we're raising a family, and we're incorporating that into our family, bringing our children. My daughter Maddie 5 and Henry 4 in a couple months. So I'm rambling a little bit, but I just really want to say how thankful I am for being a part of this Washington College. You can see how I built my life around sailing, and including my family, and bringing other people into sailing as well. And it's one of those true sports when you find it, or any activity that you find it, things you can do your whole life. Love it, bring people in, teach them, it gives back to you, just like the school gave back to me. So I'd like to say thanks again for everyone who's come tonight, and I'm truly honored to be here and enjoy this with all of you. Thank you.
Ryan Gilmore, class of 2012. the Shoreman baseball program in the early 2010s. After an impressive freshman campaign in 2009, Ryan improved to become the best hitter in the Centennial Conference. A .392 batting average in his sophomore campaign, or second team all-conference honors. In his junior season, he led the Centennial Conference in hitting with a .394 average and earned second team all-conference again, to go along with an ABCA All-Mid-Atlantic Region selection. In 2012, he led the Shoremen on a campaign that would end in the Centennial Conference Championship tournament. He posted a .403 average. He was named first team all-conference and named all-region by the ABCA yet again. He was also named the Centennial Conference Player of the Year. Ryan will also be awarded the 2012 Washington College Male Senior Athlete Award. He still holds school records in hits with 208, excuse me, doubles with 54, at-bats with 534, runs with 138, RBIs with 139, total bases at 341, stolen bases with 94, and field assists with 352. He also holds single-season school records in at-bats. He's tied with that one at 149. Runs with 46, hits with 60, tied with triples at 6, total bases with 97, and stolen bases with 40. Ryan now resides in Florida with his wife Bethany, a 2004 graduate, and their children Barrett, Russell, and Wesley. Washington College is proud to welcome Ryan into the Athletic Hall of Fame on this 6th day of October 2020.
I'll keep this short and sweet. Just wanted to make a couple thank yous and a couple of notes. First of all, to all my family who's here tonight, especially my mom who's here, and my wife Bethany who's in the back, Barrett, Russell, and Wesley, all my kids who are here. Coach Stroman, wherever you are in the crowd. Okay, he was my head coach for all 4 years, part of the Hall of Fame committee, so I want to thank you as well. All my teammates who are here. All right, got a lot of teammates here, a lot of support, so I just wanted to thank you guys. Obviously, baseball is a team sport, so as much of the individual accolades that I mentioned, none of the playoff appearances could have happened without my teammates. And in all reality, you know, the individual things are great, but one of the things that we're most proud of as a group is making it to the Centennial Conference Tournament for the first time in program history. Our 2010 team, we did that, so thanks to all you guys out there. Some of these records too. Oh, by the way, the all-time at-bats record, that actually belongs to Nick Marinelli, who's in the crowd right now, so just wanted to point that out. I also wanted to point out 2 coaches who I invited. They just couldn't make it. Elliot Singletary and Travis Turgeon. Those 2 guys were a big part of my baseball career here. They were fantastic assistant coaches for the program. My unofficial mentor, who claims he broke me out of my shell. Thanks for watching at home. You know who you are. And I just wanted to also say thanks to the Hall of Fame committee for voting me in, and this ceremony would not be, it wouldn't be complete without mentioning John Rolowitz, class of 2012, who, if you guys don't know, he passed away from cancer a few years ago. One of our best teammates and best friends. And I just wanted to say that to the committee that I hope soon he gets into this Hall of Fame. Not only was he a Hall of Fame player with his accolades and his stats, but he was a Hall of Fame person. 3-time all sportsmanship. He won the Eldridge Eliason Award here at the school as well. So we'd just love to see him get in one day. And this program, this baseball program, would not be what it is without him as a person and as a leader, and just as the person, the player that he was. So just wanted to mention him as well. But to everyone here, just thank you and appreciate it.
Jonathan Webb, class of 2006. Jonathan Webb is a scorer. He left the Shoreland basketball program as one of the best in school history, racking up 1,571 points and 99 career games. Those numbers land Webb at 4th in team history, and he is one of only 6 players in program history to pass 1,500 career games. Webb earned 2 Centennial Conference honorable mention selections before earning a second team nod in 2006. He was awarded the team MVP in both 2005 and 2006, as well as the Eliason Award from the department in 2006. Webb is one of only 6 players in program history to pass 1,500 career points, and the only player in school history with 1,500 points and 500 rebounds. Webb returned to the program and served as an assistant coach for the 2009-2010 season. Webb resides in Baltimore with his wife Katie and their 2 children, Maddie and JJ. Washington College is proud to welcome Jonathan Webb into the Athletic Hall of Fame on this 6th day of October 2023.
I want to first start by thanking the members of the Hall of Fame Board, a number of you that I see here tonight for this recognition. Congratulations to the other inductees, John, Carl, Brian, and Sarah. It's an honor to be inducted. Growing up, my dream was to always play college basketball. I can remember vividly, one of the first college basketball games that stuck in my mind was the Elite 8 game in 1992 between Duke and Kentucky. A lot of people probably remember that because it's the shot that Christian Laettner hit. Certainly remember the shot, but what I also remember was the reaction of the players on the floor. Thomas Hill was on the sideline and just disbelief at what had happened, and the raw emotions for the Kentucky players. And what I remember about that game, it was a spark. It made me think about how neat it would be to be a part of something like that in college. And so I began to practice and play a lot. My brother Scott and I would play one-on-one and play basketball, from the time when we got out of school until the time that mom and dad got home, and sometimes we play later until the floodlights came on. And so, Scott, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for your competitiveness that only enhanced my competitive drive to be better. Thank you. Growing up in southern Delaware, it's not exactly a hotbed for college recruiting. And this is a true story. Scott Bramble, who's a name that many of you will recognize in the Washington College athletic community, happened to be at a game in Dover. And I don't believe Scott was supposed to be in that game, but he saw me play and he passed along my name to Coach Nugent. And that began my my journey at Washington College. Coach, I don't know where to begin. You can do it, John. I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to fulfill my dream. Player development was a big part of your program. You helped us as players, as people. And I thank you for reinforcing the life skills that we're carrying with us in our profession. Personally, I hope that you can take pride in the fact that you built more than a team. You built a program, and it's a testament to all the guys that are here today. Thank you. Thank you for giving me a chance, Coach. To my teammates, thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your friendship. My individual accomplishments were possible because of our collective efforts as a team. I remember my senior year when we lost in the conference tournament to our sons, and it was very difficult for me to take off my jersey. And the reason that was so difficult was because it was the last time that I knew that we were going to play together. You guys shaped, whether you knew it or not, what I was. And so, I thank you. Thank you for helping make me a better player, a better person. I'm honored to have fulfilled my college dream, being able to play alongside you guys. To my parents, who attended every one of my college games, including the trip to Italy. And unfortunately, my mother, who was my biggest supporter growing up, is unable to be with us tonight. But Dad, I wanted to thank you. I wanted to thank you for encouraging Scott and I to pursue our passions and our dreams. I wanted to thank you for providing me emotional and financial support to get those dreams to happen. I would not be here tonight without your support, your love, and your support, so thank you. You know, Washington College to me is a special place. It's enabled me to meet and make lifetime friends. It's enabled me to meet my beautiful wife and her family. And my brother-in-law, who had an accomplished career in his own right. But what I think makes Washington College special is the people. People that are affiliated with the institution and the people that come to the institution and the lifetime memories that are made because of this place. In closing, I'm honored and I'm humbled by this nomination, and I'm grateful to all of you who have been influential and continue to be influential in it. Thank you.
Sarah Fire. Sarah Fire was named the Washington College head field hockey coach before the 1993 season. In 1996, Fire led led the program to a 13-5 record and a first NCAA tournament appearance. The Shore women would go one step further in 1997 by winning the Centennial Conference and earning another selection to the NCAA tournament. The program continued to compete for conference titles under fire until she left the program in 2002. In total, Washington finished with a 119, 73, and 2 record under Sarah, with the program's only conference title and NCAA tournament appearances coming under her leadership. Outside of field hockey, Sarah wore a few other hats for the department, spending time as a sports information director, head women's lacrosse coach, senior woman administrator, to name a few. Sarah resides in Chestertown with her wife Penny and has continued to serve Washington College since stepping away from the field hockey program in student affairs. In 2016, Sarah was named the Vice President for Student Affairs. She has also served on numerous regional and national committees, most recently as a member of the NCAA Division III Management Council. She also continues to work with athletics as she is the athletics director board, so she's my immediate boss to my boss. So Washington College is proud to welcome Sarah Fire into its Athletic Hall of Fame this 6th day of October 2023.
That's good, Thad. When Thad first let me know that I was elected into the Hall of Fame, I think my first question was, do I have to go to the dinner thing? But in all seriousness, I could be more honored, and especially to be able to share this with so many people. When you were at a place as long as I have been at Washington College, I feel like the list of people to thank is so long, because I've worked with so many people, seen so many student athletes come through. So I apologize ahead of time if I don't thank everybody, but I will tell you all, if you're in this room, thank you. I've got that covered now. So there have been thousands of student athletes who have come through Washington College, and only a small percentage of them get into the Hall of Fame. So a big congratulations to the inductees. It is a remarkable achievement, something we should be very proud of. And I've been happy to attend a lot of these dinners, but happy to spend this evening with you all as well. Obviously, the Hall of Fame committee, I appreciate this, again, beyond what you can imagine. Everyone who makes this event happen, from everyone from the athletic department to the folks who are taping this, to the advancement staff, to the caterers, a lot of people go into this work of making Washington College such a special place, and so I want to thank them as well. Certainly I want to thank my partner in life and everything, Penny. She actually came onto the scene post-Sarah coaching, so she's kind of lucky that she missed that part of it. But she's heard a lot about it. I have to really thank my former players who are here, Mandy, Aaron, and Liz especially. You guys know what you mean to me as well. And Tara, Laurel, and Sandy, thank you for coming too. Growing people like me too, so that's how that happened. There's a lot of people in this room. This is really difficult, but Brian Matthews was my boss for most of this time. Took a chance on me as a coach who had no idea what I was doing. Came to, I think, pretty much every single game and was there for all of this. I was blessed to coach at the same time with a lot of other amazing coaches. Really happy to see Rob Nugent, who I still believe embodies some of the best aspects of coaching as someone I've ever worked with. So good to see you. Kim Lassard, who's been by my side for, I don't know, 30 years. And, the late Penny Fall, who was a champion for women's sports, and if it weren't for her. Actually, I know if it weren't for Penny, I probably wouldn't be here. Because it's a long story, so I won't tell it, but it is true. Penny Fall is probably the reason that I'm still here. And I want to thank Thad as well for everything he's done to take this program along and lead it to where it is right now. Mark Larson is not here, but he was a godsend. He was our athletic trainer at the time. He doubled as my therapist. Every time we had a loss, Mark was right there for me. The team hated him because he also made them run quite a bit. But a wonderful man, and I'm sorry he couldn't be here tonight. I also want to thank Trish McGee. She would not come here if I begged her. But Trish covered field hockey and all the other sports for the Kent County News with an enthusiasm that was just sort of beyond what I think we deserved in many ways. But she was also coaching the Kent County field hockey team at the time and sent me quite a few players, Aaron included, who really made our team what they were. So a big shout out to Trish as well. As many of you know, as Thad kind of alluded to, I've had quite a few job titles during my time here at Washington College. I think probably more than 10. I'm pretty sure. I have loved the work demanded by all of those titles, and I'm immensely grateful to the college and those who have supported me along the way. But of all those job titles, one stands alone that reflects the most important work I've ever done in my life, and that's the job of coach. Every so often, I will see a former student athlete who played here when I was coaching, and inevitably they greet me and say, "Hey, coach!" And these aren't my former players because they call me Sarah. They know that. They know better. But these are other student athletes who were here when I was coaching. And when I hear that, I am filled with gratitude for the decade I spent on the hockey field and the lacrosse field here at Washington College. I'm grateful for the opportunity to work with young women whose talent was matched by their willingness to work as hard as necessary to be excellent, for coming out every day and giving their best, even when that was hard, for approaching every game believing they would win, and most importantly, for loving each other and me fiercely, win or lose. So my deepest thanks for this institution, and I will add my relatively new boss of 2 years, Mike Sosolsky, who is leading this place with a heart, and something I appreciate every single day. I appreciate this honor and you all and this institution for giving me the opportunity to navigate a career path that led me to where I am here today. On a college campus, we all teach in different ways. I hope I am still doing that today, but I am particularly grateful for those 10 years when I knew I was teaching, and lucky enough to do so as a coach at Washington College. Thank you very much.
Okay, we can just have one more round of applause for Carl. Again, like I said when we kicked this thing off, this is one of my favorite nights to bring people back. And we try to do one big event in athletics in the fall and one big one in the spring. This is our big one in the fall, but it's also a big one for the colleges, as President Sosolsky said. So this is homecoming weekend. This is the first time that we've done everything together in one weekend. We may live to regret it tomorrow, but we shall see. So, but But it means a lot to me. I see a lot of people out here that have a lot more gray hair than the last time I saw them, and I have a lot less. But I love seeing everyone come back. And that's what means the most to me in my role as the Director of Athletics here. I want you all to feel as though you're always a part of this family. We want you involved. We need you involved. We're launching a pilot program, a mentorship program, where we're reaching out to alums and pairing them with first-year students in hopes that you guys tutor them, mentor them for their 4 years here at Washington College, and then release them out in hopes that they give back too. It's not always necessary about giving back with money, but if you do hit the Powerball tomorrow, please don't forget to call. Yeah, call Susie. Susie like, call me. So I don't have any doubt. If you hit the Powerball, Susie will call you. So you but give back with your time. Give back with your relationships. Give back with your contacts. I would love nothing more than if I have a young man or a young woman who wants to get into this field to be able, I know somebody. Pick up the phone, call, and say, hey, look, this young kid, he reminds me a lot of you. I'm getting that age now where, okay, 24, I start to notice these things. I know somebody who can help. And that, to me, is what Washington College is, why it's so special, because we can leverage our relationships with each other. Pick up the phone, as simple as something as like, say, hey, I graduated from Washington College. Oh, so did I. Boom. It's amazing to me how such a small school, it's like Kevin Bacon, 6 degrees of separation, where nowadays I see this goose and it doesn't even have the Washington. Oh, you're from Washington College. Yes, I am actually, okay? Let's leverage that. And we are in the position now where we're getting ready to start a strategic vision with President Solsky that's going to continue to elevate, and you guys will all be proud of where we'll be a part of it. So all these plaques here are for the inductees to take home. You can take a picture with step and repeat. We do want to get one picture with all the inductees together with their plaque for our websites. And then again, I can't thank you enough for coming back. Hopefully you're sticking around this weekend. There's a lot to do on campus tomorrow. I won't go through all of it because I know I will forget something. But we have in-house, we have a varsity alumni games for pretty much all of our spring sports. And then we have a full docket in the stadium for 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and 7 o'clock game as well. So thank you all for coming. Yes, oh, and there is an alumni hospitality tent down the south end of the stadium. And I would be remiss if I didn't also tell you, right now it's looking like, I believe, April 26th is the NAP golf tournament, and then alumni weekend for our spring as well. So this is when we get to do it all over again for our spring activities. So thanks again for coming out. Don't